We get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Sean Yao. Gilas Filipinas won their first assignment in the pocket tournament in China. Marty Bautista tells us more.
Gilas Filipinas and Iran were involved in a close affair for most of the first three quarters at 2023 Haiyuan WS International Tournament in China. But late in the third, Gilas turned on the Jets on offense, enabling them to establish a double-digit lead. The advantage ballooned further to 22 points early in the fourth period. But Iran's late rally trimmed it back down to 9. However, time wasn't in the Iranians' favor as Gilas came away with the win. Final score, 76-65 for the Philippines. Jamie Malonzo led the way for Gilas with 11 points, along with 6 rebounds. Dwight Ramos and Calvin Oftana, meanwhile, had 10 points apiece.
Here we go.
One for each other, gentlemen. Here we go.
Up next for Gilas are 2 games for Senegal in the next 2 days, with the first one at 8 later tonight. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
Speaking of Gilas, star guard Scotty Thompson has formally graduated from the University of Perpetual Help System Dalta in Las Piñas. Thompson finished with a degree in business administration with a major in marketing management. The 2021 PBA MVP was also awarded with the Antonio Laperal Tamayo Leadership Plaque for sports and athletics. Scotty's graduation came just months after his jersey number 6 was retired by Perpetual after a stellar collegiate career there. The all-around guard was the NCAA Season 90 MVP in 2014 before making his jump to the pros. Thompson is also part of Gilas' pool for the upcoming World Cup, but he did not join the team in China. He is still recovering from a hand injury, which he sustained during the national team's European training camp. And in volleyball, the Premier Volleyball League, or PVL, will hold a second All-Filipino Conference as its season ender. The PVL is looking at playing with a 12-team roster in the last conference, slated for mid-October. League officials said they are on the hunt for a possible 12th team. The PVL was forced to hold a second All-Filipino Conference after it failed to secure clearance from governing body FIVB to tap imports. That said, the Petrogas Angels will have to wait 1 more year to defend their reinforced conference title. Instead, the Creamline Coal Smashers will get a shot at another All-Filipino crown, which they also just won this year. We're taking a timeout. The game on One News Now will return after this quick break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Filipina tennis star Eala stunned her second-seeded foe to advance to the quarterfinals of the W60 Barcelona singles tournament. Eala dropped the opening set, but bounced back hard to claim a 4-6, 6-4, and 6-1 victory over Germany's Gilas. With this, the 18-year-old athlete will move on to the next round and face off with Spain's Georgina Garcia Perez. The game will be played on Saturday. Eala has set her sights on the final round of the tournament after faltering in the doubles event. And in football, former Filipinas head coach Alen Stajcic has found a new home just days after announcing that he will not be returning to Team Philippines. Stajcic was named the new coach of Australian men's club Perth Glory. This confirmed rumors before the FIFA Women's World Cup that Stajcic will be taking over Perth after his duties with the Philippine team. Stajcic and assistant Nawel Ararte opted to explore other options after guiding the Filipinas to their maiden World Cup campaign. The Australian coach's stint as the team's chief tactician also resulted in several milestones, like a semis appearance at the AFC Women's Asia Cup. This qualification allowed the Philippines to book a spot in the World Cup. And a 10-year-old from Bolivia is often spotted at the football pitch on weekends, but not as a player. Eric Callejas calls the shots at local games as a football referee. Let's get to know him more in this Reuters video.
Empezó con la inspiración, la curiosidad de que hacía mi papá y yo empecé a arbitrar. Primero empecé con el campeonato de damas, con el partido de damas. Ahí no sabía mucho, que digamos, las reglas, pero sí sabía un poco porque también yo jugaba. Como mi papá también era árbitro, me indicaba qué regla es esta, qué regla es esta. Mi ilusión es llegar a arbitrar el clásico paceño, ser un árbitro FIFA para salir al Mundial, Copas Américas, Copas Libertadores y la Champions.
Sí, se nota que tiene ese carácter, va, se mueve, no se deja intimidar por las personas, porque se nota que gritan público dentro de la cancha, tiene ese carácter, o sea, creo que ha nacido para ser árbitro, en pocas palabras, y sí, es muy bueno el niño, me ha gustado cómo ha arbitrado.
Meanwhile, an LA Lakers jersey worn by the late legend Wilt Chamberlain in 1972 could fetch a whopping $4 million on auction. The details in this Reuters video.
These objects are really historical objects, and there's tremendous interest in sports all over the world. And I think that, when I think about the things that Sotheby's sells and the scope, right, if you think about art, something is important to art history. This is important to the joint history of Los Angeles, and so many people care about it and covet these items. To me, it makes perfect sense.
Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.